So a quick side note, I haven't seen the original Suicide Squad, so that's why you're not going to hear any comparisons between that movie and this new version. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the review. What I love about the story is how it wastes no time in introducing us to the squad. In a movie that is essentially an ensemble piece, director James Gunn knows the value of not wasting time in plot-heavy exposition, as he lets us know the kind of movie that we're about to experience. Even when characters like Amanda Waller, played brilliantly by Viola Davis, explain the purpose of the mission to the squad, James Gunn never beats you over the head with information dumps. Rather, he gives you just enough information so that you understand why the characters are involved in the story, which makes the character interaction scenes all the more enjoyable. The unknown, obscure characters that Gunn handpicked for this movie means that no character is safe from death. And the opening scene in which Weasel is killed after the team forgets to check whether or not he could swim was straight up genius. All of the cast members play their roles to perfection. The best example is the pairing of Bloodsport and Peacemaker, the latter played by John Cena. The one-upmanship between these characters was funny as hell, as you can tell that Elba and Cena are having an absolute blast in their roles. Having previously directed 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, it was only natural that James Gunn was going to inject his usual irreverent sense of humour into this picture. This might sound like blasphemy as an MCU fan, but the humour for me lands a lot more consistently in this movie than in the Guardians flicks. Not to say that the humour in those movies were bad, but it's just that when you have a PG-13 rating, there's only so much you can do in terms of pushing the comedy. Luckily, the R rating for the Suicide Squad allows Gunn to go bonkers with the comedy as well as the violence. Speaking of the violence, this movie holds no punches with regards to this. The opening scene that I mentioned earlier lets you know that if you're looking for a family-friendly flick, then this movie is definitely not for you. But if you're a fan of bloody R-rated flicks like Deadpool and Logan like myself, then you're going to love every frame of this movie. James Gunn, through all of the blood, chaos and frenzy on screen, never forgets the core emotion of the movie. From Bloodsport seeing his daughter in prison, to Cleo becoming friends with King Shark, Gunn never rushes through these moments, which made me all the more invested with the squad. The villains unfortunately one note. Though it was fun to see Doctor Who himself, Peter Capaldi, as the Thinker, it would have been nice if the movie gave a bit more context as to his motivations and purpose for being involved with the mission. The other negatives that I had with the movie are the pacing issues around the second act, as I felt the movie could have cut out at least 10-15 minutes overall, as well as the scenes that don't involve the squad. While these scenes don't occur often, when they do, the fun, vibrant energy that was there previously does disappear very quickly. Overall, I really enjoyed the Suicide Squad, especially its lean plot that wastes no time in introducing us to the squad, the cast members playing their roles to perfection from Margot Robbie to Idris Elba, the fun, vibrant, zany direction from James Gunn that really pays homage to the original comics, as despite some negatives with regards to the villains, some pacing issues in the second act, and the scenes that don't involve the squad, I'm going to give the Suicide Squad an 8 out of 10. So when I hand it over to you, as I want to find out your thoughts on the Suicide Squad, and do you think it's better or worse than the original, as I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, if you're a big fan of movies like myself, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, along with the notification bell to keep up to date with my latest videos. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.